Well, hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching today, coming and hanging out. My name is Marjorie. I'm a presenter for Unique, and I do tutorials for all different types of things, but one of them today and on this particular channel is for mature skin. So people who are in our mature years. So I'm gonna start off and we're gonna be doing makeup today. I've already done my skincare. We're gonna have another segment, that's a different segment on the skincare for sure. But today we're gonna be putting on a face, and I'm gonna start with our Glorious face primer. I always call it Victoria's Glorious, so that's why I get a little, but it's Glorious face primer. It is beautiful. I put it on about the size, a little bit, about smaller than a marble, if you can see, about that size. It is fantastic. It's so important to prime the skin. I would say it's the second most important thing to do. The first being obviously skincare. So I do put a protective shield with my primer. My primer is going to provide a silky smooth surface for my makeup. And it really does. It's so lightweight. It's odorless. It doesn't have any smell. And it just makes your skin, it just gives the perfect smooth palette for anything, any kind of makeup that you want to do, whether it's light coverage or it's heavy coverage. Today we're going to do a medium coverage. I'm going to be using the Touch Liquid Foundation. Shake it up good because it is mineral based. So I have a special brush I'd like to use with that. See it? See that little well in there? Can you see that? Maybe if I try it this way. There's a little well. The bristles are really, really tight. When you're using a cream or a liquid to apply your foundation, you can do it with your hands, but you want something really soft, but also really compact. Shake, give it a couple of squirts. And just drop some into your well, like that. And then just go in. I love the coverage. Now, organza, it's gonna look like it's really, really going on too light. Don't worry. All of our products will take on the natural skin tone after it begins to warm up a little bit. Speaking of warming up, I want to make sure that I'm warming up my mascara. Just a little trick I've learned along the way. And I just kind of go over everything. I'll do my lids too. Sometimes I don't because, you know, I mean, sometimes I only do a certain portion of my face only because, you know, I'm going to be contouring, I'm going to be highlighting, so and that brush just does a fantastic job. Again, those tight bristles of smoothing on the foundation. And it's really, really precious. It's not cakey, so it'll dry to like a powdery finish, but it doesn't settle into fine lines. And ladies, you know what I'm talking about. And I have them here, and of course, right in this area as well. And I just kind of take my time blending. I don't really do too much when I'm just throwing on my makeup to get out the door, you know. But just for demonstration, I wanted to kind of just show you. It's really nice. And see how it just creates just a nice little, just a really nice base is what I'm looking for. Just really nice. Oops, my mascara warmer. Hold on. There we go. Give me 1 minute here. Ah! Okay, we're just got that ready. Now, what I want to do is take our Glorious Touch concealer. And I'm going to highlight. I don't really have dark circles too bad. I mean, I do have some unevenness, but I primarily want to create some light in certain areas of my skin, right? That's what I'm after. So again, I'll just take and shake a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. I've had this tube for literally months. Six months. And then I come right in here. Sometimes I'll use a brush, our concealer brush. I'm not going to do that today. And I just come right in here, and I'm not looking to be really exact because I'm going to be blending. So I'm placing right now. We'll blend later. I want to make sure to highlight up in this area, down my nose, Cupid's bow, and chin. Okay. All right. So we're going to leave that alone for a while. Let's see here. We're just going to leave that alone. We're going to let that hang out, kind of get in with my skin. Sometimes I'll put a little setting powder. I'm just seeing if I have it handy. I do. So I'll go in and I'm going to do what's called a baking method. I'm sure you've all heard of it. So I'm going to take the Behold setting powder. A lot of people will take the screen out. It's translucent, but there's a little screen, if you can see right in there. A lot of people do. I don't. I don't. I find that I can get what I need. Just, oh, and we'll do my eye too, with keeping the screen on. Plus for me, the protective screen, because sometimes I spill things, is really, really helpful. I mean, I'll have so much going on and all of a sudden I'll tip it over and I just find, you know what? No, this is such precious gold. I don't want to do that. And I'm gobbing this on, by the way, as you can tell. Because I want to bake this, let it zhuzh. Okay, we're just going to leave that alone. I'm going to let that do its little thing. I decided I'm going to go ahead and contour today. I'm just not sure what I want to use to contour with. Sometimes I'll use our bronzer, beachfront bronzer. I'll use that in Malibu. I think it's great. I'm not sure I want to do that today. Sometimes I'll use one of our eyeshadows to contour. I don't want to do that today either. So I'm actually going to contour with our face powder. It's our Liquid Touch, Mineral Touch, excuse me, cream foundation. This goes on like a cream, but it dries like to a powder. It's amazing. I'm going to be using the color Chenille, which is quite a few shades. lighter than I am. It's exactly what I want. I will go in with an angled brush. This is actually a brush blush, and oftentimes I'll go in with a contouring brush. I can show you the contouring brush. I mean, for application, this contouring, that beveled edge is really fantastic. And I just go in, and as you can see, I use this quite a bit. And right here, what I'm going to do is create a cheek. I have a round face, so I've got to create some structure. How do I know where to create it? See where my ear is? Just bring it right down here, just right in the hollow. Sometimes I'll bring it down a little bit farther, but I find that I don't really need to. And then I go in, see these little beautiful little buggers that are right here. I want to contour out this area here. I want to shadow out my chin area, my jowl area. I want to shadow that out. Now I understand that it looks somewhat drastic at the moment, but trust the process. And then I do want to kind of come in here, and this is where this particular brush, I'll usually switch it up, but let me see how far I'll go on it. I have some precious product on there, so I don't want to. When you're working with gold, you just don't want to waste. It's always good to keep your hair out. You'll find I never do. I'll use my glasses to hold my hair back. I might even go a little bit darker on that, but for now this is good. So I'll take a little contour out this nose. And this will all blend out as well. Then I'll take also right underneath here. So those are the places that I highlight and contour. Now, to blend. So what I do is I just take a regular old blending bud. Let me grab. I get it at Walmart, you know. I do. Other people do different things, but this is just real techniques from Walmart. And I enjoy it, and they're inexpensive. Take a little bit of my setting spray, boom, boom, boom. Hit it, or I'll use my rose water, which is glorious. But I'm running a little bit low on that, and I haven't replenished it yet. So I don't necessarily want to use all my rose water right at the moment because it's part of my skincare routine. And I've already done that this morning, so. And I just go in and tap. Just go in and tap. Just tap, tap, tap. Now remember, I have that setting powder on there as well, and that has really started to bake nicely. I want to keep the light. I want a little bit more light today because I have some errands I want to do. And the sun's out and I just want to have a little brightness. So, see how well that blends? It's just super simple. The setting spray is fantastic, as well as the setting powder. I kind of do both. So if you were just going to choose one, I think I would probably choose the powder for maturing skin, the setting powder. But if, you know, I would do both because once again, on my sponge, using that setting powder or setting spray is super effective for blending without getting rid of the product. You know what I mean. So I have both in my makeup bag. Once again, just wanting to blend this out. Now, when I'm doing that, there are times that I find that maybe a little bit more on the jowl area, because it's super blendable, you can do that. Because I really want to, I really don't want the that gel poking out. Okay, good enough. Okay. Okay. I always say okay. And then I do want to do a blush. I don't always do a blush. A lot of times I'll do just the, I'll do, you know, the bronzer, but today I want a little bit more color. I want a little bit more brightness. So I'm going to go in with a blush. I don't like a lot of blush for myself. I just want to create light. So I'm going to use Sweet and my blush brush, and I just tap it. Now I want you to see, look how much product is on there. Find the apples of my eyes by making a apples of my cheeks rather. And just brush it on. See, I don't want a ton, because there's another thing I'm going to do that's super fun for mature ladies. Okay. So I've gotten that. That's really nice. It's not just it's just a wispy, it's like, okay, I'm alive color. It's fantastic. Now, here's what I want to show you that I am just in love with. Don't ever let anyone tell you, I refuse to let anyone tell me or us that we cannot use highlighter or we cannot have a shimmer, because that's just a crock. That's a crock of nonsense. Don't listen to it. It's baloney. So what I do is I will actually use a highlighter. It's where I'm going to place it that's key. So I'm going to use our highlighter in Benevolence. The color Benevolence has a tiny bit of the gold, tiny, tiny bit. I use my blending brush and I just kind of go in right here, just right over the top here, because I want the sun to catch that. It's also, see, it's a highlighter, so it's not gonna mess with what I'm trying to do, but it's gonna bring just a little light right in there. I don't want to bring it down too far, but I'm going to bring it right in there. And then we're going to zhuzh everything together using my blending brush. So I'm going for more of a natural look today. I don't want a lot of heaviness. Certainly not glam, because I'm just going to run errands and then I'm going to meet the girls. So the girls and I meet today. The girls and I meet today. We meet Wednesdays. We meet for, it's Taco Wednesdays. We were doing brunch, but we all have such different hours now that makes it hard for us to schedule. Just feel like I need a little bit more of that chenille right in here. A little bit more right in here. Okay, I'm liking that. There we go. I'm liking that. Yeah, it's a hoot. So we'll go and have, I think they're like $2 tacos or something. It's $2 tacos or something like that. And then we will have a craft beer because we all like craft beer. Well, so there's in gangsta, there's 3 of us in our gang. 2 of us like craft beer. The other one likes wine. So, but we have a good time. They're good friends. Another thing I want to show you that I think is a lot of fun too is take that same benevolent. I might have you positioned incorrectly here. Take that same benevolent, and then kind of just run it right here. Just right there. A little bit right on the end. A little bit. Just youthful glow. That's all I want. Just kind of getting in there. Looks like I didn't get too good in here, so give me just a moment here. I don't think I did. I think what I did is I wiped off. So I'm just gonna go in just with a little bit more concealer. I didn't even squeeze that tube. I just grab my concealer brush because I do have a little bit of a dark circle and I didn't get it up there enough for my liking. Okay, see, that's a whole lot better, at least in my opinion. And sometimes, because I'm using you as kind of a camera, I have to go back and forth because I can't always trust that light. You know, lighting is everything. All right, so that's good. Now we want to do a brow. So I'm going to be grabbing my brow pencil. I either use a pencil or I use the brow palette. I need to find my pencil. Oh, I'm so sorry. I should have had this super organized. And okay, here we go. So this pencil is so fantastic. I use it in blonde, okay? On one end is this great little spoolie, if you can see that. So it's just really utilitarian. I really enjoy it. And I'll just push my little brows where I want them to go. And I follow my natural lines. I have created a brow that's, I have created a brow before. Oh goodness. Okay. I've created a brow and I think it's fantastic, but for the sake of this video, I just want to follow my own. So let me see how I'm going to do this because I'm kind of set up kind of weird. Hold on. I start at the top. You don't have to. I just like to. And we all know just the basic. We're going to start our line here. We're going to bring our tail down to here. And our arch will be across the iris. And I'm outlining. Bringing my tail. Now, I have to create a tail a little bit longer because I don't have any brow there. Anybody else a product of the overpluck? Overpluck team? I really didn't do a lot of that. I did some of that, but I think a lot of it's just maturing. There's just hair growth slows down in certain areas of the body. Isn't it amazing how it slows down here? And it just heck speeds up like 100 miles an hour down here. It's just amazing to me. Oh heck no, that's not gonna happen. So take care of that stuff right away. Just found I don't look good in a goatee. Oh, have you ever seen someone who they don't know? It's like, I don't know if they don't know or it doesn't, maybe there's some reason why they can't take care of this business that goes on down here. Maybe it's medical, maybe they can't see it. I don't know, but I've seen women who have like a full-on, and I'm like, wow. You know, I have to admire because it's like, wow, you are really, if you know that you have that, you're quite a confident woman. And there's nothing sexier than a confident woman. Now, as you know, doing brows, they're probably not going to be exactly the same. And let me get down, I have to look into my other mirror so I can see a little bit better. Because brows, they're just not twins. No brow is the same on any face. And I'll be the first one to admit, brows are sometimes not easy. They were when we were younger, weren't they? Because we kind of knew what they were doing. We didn't have to create so much. We didn't have to recreate them. They were easier when I was younger anyway, because of that. That's my Archie. He's a Chiweenie. Yeah, that's doable. That's doable. Now what I did is I just outlined with this pencil. I mean, I could probably keep going with it, just those hair strokes, and get away with that and do that just fine. But I really want you to see the brow palette because the brow palette is, it's another must-have. It's really super easy to use. I'm going to use, this is a brow pencil. It has a spoolie on the end. Or sometimes I'll go in with the artist pencil, which is also that angled edge, and then it has a flat edge there. So I always kind of keep those close. The brow palette is great. Now I have the light color. So there's like light, medium, and dark. This right here, if you can see, is the gel or the wax. So it's thinner than a wax and thicker than a gel. So I call it gel. Some people call it wax. But I'll go in with a little bit of that, and then as you can see, what I use a lot is this lighter color here, and I just go in and I fill in what I did. What I really love about using with the palette with the gel is it'll lay down any hairs that you haven't gotten to yet. Maybe you didn't even know, like that hair that can grow overnight, right? So it'll grab that and just lay it down until you can get in there and take care of it. Light strokes. The angle of the brush is just so fantastic. It makes everything super easy. Because face it, like I said before, brows can be a little bit spooky, you know. So let's take the spook out of it. Now, if I ever go too low, and I really didn't, in some areas maybe I did. Let me look. I really didn't, but hold on just a moment. I'm seeing some areas when I look close in the mirror. Okay. So I kind of did that because I wanted to show you. So if I ever get to like, well, you know, I don't, I've gone a little too low, or I went too far in, I'll just go in with either concealer or a little bit of that cream, whitish cream color, and come right underneath. It provides a sweet highlight as well. Just a powder. You can actually recreate. If you made any mistakes, it's easy to correct. I went a little heavy right here, so I just want to correct that out. See how simple that is? Just corrects it right out. And then you can go back in and fill in whatever you just corrected or whatever you need to do. Simple, easy, super, super easy. Okay, then take the spoolie, because brows are typically lighter on the inside than they are the outside, and just kind of brush. Do just a little light strokes, and it sort of ombres that out so it's not as harsh. It's a great way to do any kind of rounding or shaping. You know, some people like that really squared off edge on the inside of the eye there. Some people don't. So it's a great move, the spoolie. All right. Okay. So now we're going to do an eye. And I always start off, not always, but a lot of times I'll start off with Victoria's Splurge Cream Shadow. It's a nude. I use it as an eye primer. I don't use eye primer, the other eye primer, or an eye primer itself, so to speak. I want to use the Victoria's because it is a cream but dries to a powder. And it just creates such a beautiful base. It's a transitional, meaning it'll go with any color. There's not one color that the Victoria's won't handle. It's just perfect. It's one of the other things. It's a must-have. I've even highlighted and concealed with Victoria's before. And because I'm going to be using powder shadow today, it just works really, really great. Sometimes I'll take it up. Sometimes I won't. And then if you're wondering, well, what's the purpose of taking it up? Well, really, if you have like a short distance, like I do, between my brow bone and my actual lash line, there's not a lot of place to play. Not a lot of room to play in there, so I want to make sure my brow bone is highlighted, and I love using the Victorious to do that because it does open up the eye. See how that just does that? Just really opens up the eye. Sometimes I'll bring that right on to the inside too. I've even been known to take it right under here. Yeah, see how that just kind of brightens things up? Gives me one more room to be able to play. I think today, I haven't decided on the shadows I want to do. I have some really pretty ones that I want to try. Aren't those gorgeous? I just think they're beautiful. So I'm kind of in between. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna do something soft? Let's start with a little bit of discreet. It's kind of a rose, really, really light rose color. Using a blending brush. See how the blending brush, it's fuller, the bristles are longer, they're softer. It's specifically for blending. It's really nice. And I just want to get that discreet kind of over my lid. Now I know I have that, I know what I have. I know that I have the Victorious, but that's going to show through too. So it really is kind of a nice, fun little thing. So I've done that. I've been debating if I want to go, I'm just debating. I might just do it. I might just do it. There's a new color called Ostentatious. It's kind of a raspberry. I'm going to see. If it doesn't work, what do we do? Well, nothing. We just blend and move on. I might want to take a different brush though. Let's do that with a crease brush. Sure is a beautiful color. And I'm creating, because I have such a hooded eye, I'm creating a crease. That's why it's called a crease brush. Because my eyes are hooded, so I don't, if I go above my crease, and this will all blend as well, I go above my crease, try not to get down too far onto the lid. Boy, that's a pretty color. Now, our press shadows, we have like 44 different press shadows. In the January Kudos this month, which is our customer special, you can pick any 4 that you want. You also select your own. You can select one of those, 48 actually. So you get 4 of those of your choice. And then you select, we have 21 liquid lash splash lipstick that goes with it as well. And you pick your color on that. I could help you with that because the palettes are just amazing. And I could just show you what lip would be great for that, what you're trying to do. Okay, I like that. And then of course you get the Epic Mascara. So basically you're getting the mascara for free. It's only good for January. It's only good for January. So you want to snag those up. I know that there's a couple of colors that are on back order. Don't worry about that. We're really, really good at getting those back orders front ordered, I guess you could say. Look at that. I like that. I do like that. Boy, I love that color. I've really been drawn to this ostentatious. I think that's what it was, ostentatious. I have been so drawn to it. It's so gorgeous. And I've admired it. And I was a little hesitant to try it, but I'm really, really glad I did. Okay. And we'll blend some more. There's a certain color I'm looking for. It's in the very last one. There it is, Laid Back. So Laid Back, again, where's my crease brush? Let me just clean that off a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna use Laid Back. And if you could see, it's right here. I don't know if, it's just really a sweet color. And I want to go right in here. And then I've got a little surprise for you that I'm gonna try today, because we're defying this whole women over 50 can't wear glitter. That's just nonsense. That's the most nonsensical thing I've ever heard. Okay, so I just want to use this to open up the eye a little bit. I got a little bit too much, too close to the inner corner of the eye on the dark. And then right in here. I'm going a little heavy because we're going to be blending as well. Blend all this out. Oh, that's just knockout gorgeous. I really like that. On the inside here. Such a gorgeous day. So what am I doing? I'm taking a little bit of a brownish color. I want to frame that out a little bit right in here. Not covering the raspberry, but I want to be able to, it's not called raspberry, it's called ostentatious, but I want to create a little bit of glam. Just a little. Well, that's really a pretty color. Dang it. That's gorge. Gorge. Gorge, 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 gorge. Pretty, 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 pretty. This brown is called Gullible. It's a nice brown. It's more of a cool brown. I really like it for lots of things. I've even used it to contour. You would think, because it's kind of dark, but you would think it wasn't, it wouldn't work, but it did. It was just really amazing. Okay. Okie dokie, okie dokie, artichoke, artichoke. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? Oh, I'm gonna have a fun. We're gonna do some play. We're gonna do some play. I'm going to take my Dip and Draw liner, but I'm going to use bronze. So Dip and Draw eyeliner. Okay, I love a liquid eyeliner. I just never really used it because I felt like I didn't have control, right? It was the product I was using, number one. Number two, it wasn't ergonomically correct. This liquid, it's called Dip and Draw eyeliner. This is the beautiful, oh my gosh, it goes on, I'll show you. Excuse me. It goes on just so sweet. I don't want to go over my whole entire eye. I just want to do the outer corners. And I'm telling you something, ladies. This is not going anywhere. That is fantastic because I have watery eyes, and so in my attempt before, I would have liner running down my eyes, and that is not pretty. That's not a good look, right? It's just not a good look. Okay. I'm really liking how that's shaping my eye out. It's not too much. I don't put it underneath. I don't like it underneath. But here's what we're gonna do that's fun. Fun, fun, fun. I'm gonna take a little bit of liner that has glitter in it, and I'm gonna put it right over the top. Now the bronze that I used, it has shimmer in it, right? It does have shimmer, but I want a little bit more. I'm gonna go right over the top, still hugging my lash line. This is now available. It's new. And when the light catches it, it's just gonna catch a little bit of sparkle. It's a lot of fun. Right over where I put my prominent, my bronze color, right over it. Now it's very translucent, right? It's translucent, so it's just gonna catch the light. If you wanna go heavier on it, like even bring it on the inside of the eye, you definitely can. If you want the line to be more of a silver, because it's kind of a silverish color, the more coats you put on it, the more it becomes more of a silver. You just have to put on a few more coats. So we'll do one where I put that on the inside, and you'll see that's just amazing. We're just not gonna do that today. Because I don't have, you know, because it's more of a glam kind of look, and I'm meeting the girls for tacos and beer. So, tacos and a beer, okay. Okay, just kind of letting that dry. Now, that's the other thing, it dries super, super quick. So that's always handy. You're not waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and fanning and fanning and fanning. I'm looking for my mascara. You know, I put it right next to me because I didn't want to go hunting for it, because I didn't want to waste your time. But, okay, I do have a tube here, but I think this might be an older tube. We'll just try. Okay, this is my favorite part. I absolutely adore, it's my favorite thing. This is our Epic Mascara. I have tiny, petite lashes. I have forever had to use a two-step process to get any kind of lash at all. I had tried everything. I had found one brand that I would pay 30 some odd dollars, and this is a well-known counter, for the primer, which would create length, and then another 40 some dollars for the mascara to go over the length that I created. I lived like that. I was happy with the length I could get. I lived like that though, on a two-step process, and that kind of money. I lived like that for so many years, and I was so loyal, because I'm a loyal person. So I was so loyal to that brand that, and then I got a little smudgy. If you get a little smudgy, don't worry about it. Okay, where to go? I got stuff. Anyway, we'll do it. I'll just take a spoolie to it in just a moment. If you get spilled, I'll show you how to do it. But let's get this on first, because I gotta go. All right. Doesn't that just open up the eye? Isn't that amazing? That's one coat. And you just kind of look down and slurp it on. I guess slurping is not quite the right thing to... I don't think slurping's the word at all. You just kind of roll it on, you know, from the lash line to the tip. And the wand is great too, because it provides you a whole lot of control. You know how sometimes if you use a wand incorrectly, then you'll clump up? You don't have to worry about with this. Has biotin in it, so it's actually nourishing your lashes instead of, you know, being harsh on your lashes. And I'll just come down here. I use the lash serum as well at night for along with my skincare, and I find that it really has, oh my gosh. I stopped putting it on my bottom lashes because I don't like that spidery long, you know, what is it called? I don't like that Rimmel of London look, you know, that spidery under eye. Oh, I don't like that look at all. For me. On other people, it's gorge. But for me, no thanks. So I stopped putting the serum because they were growing too fast. I also found that if I use the serum, like whatever's left over, like I'll do the top part of my eyes, and then whatever's left over, I'll do the bald spots on my, the places that have less hair on my brows, and that's working there as well. So that's really pretty cool. Except for now I have to go in a little bit more and have them arched, or I have to pluck a little bit more because I'm not really precise. It will... Ow. I have lashes. It's crazy. And I could just go hog wild. I mean it. I could go hog wild. I won't for the sake of time. Ugh. But when you haven't had lashes all your life and you've always wanted them, I mean, I did the false lash thing, but it was just, it was horrible. I didn't want to go through the whole thing on the you know, the extensions, because of how bad they are for your, you know, for your actual natural lashes. Like when you get them removed or when they fall off, you'll notice you have lashes. You have bald spots on in your own lashes. Okay, I think that's doing pretty doggone good. Now, a lip. Hold on just a moment. I gotta read. So, See that? That light that just came on. That light that just came on. All right. I'm looking for successful. For any kind of nude look. Here it is. Drop that light. It's one of those motion lights. So I'm going to take a little bit. Let me see. I need a liner. I need a liner. I need a liner. Don't I? I'm going to crack open Pampas. Usually I'll use like a brown, which always works out really well for me. Get the glare on my glasses. But today I'm going to go ahead with Pampas. And usually I have my water, which I didn't grab. Sometimes I'll use this just as the, hold on just a minute, I've got to get some water. Goodness gracious, why didn't I think of that? I like to cut that part of the video out. All right, so we did that. Now we're gonna go in with some Successful, which you can, you can get this yourself. In the January, kudos, you only have 2 days though. So, Beauty for Lashes. Beauty for Lashes. I'll post my website in the comments as well, or you can reach out to me, but it's Beauty for Lashes. So the @ Beauty for Lashes, all one word, and the number 1. That's me on Facebook. Please like and follow the page. That would be fantastic. Okay, so as you can see, that's a little dark, right? I mean, it's not dark, it's really, really a nice nude, but we want to ombre this out a little bit. We want to take a little bit, we want it to pop a little bit. I want it to pop a little bit in the middle. So, actually, because I have a little bit of the concealer, see how nicely that works out? See how nicely? Yeah. What do I do with that? I haven't done my hair yet, so it'll do what it wants until I make it do what I want. And that's it. I'm probably gonna blot a little bit of that, but I don't have any tissue here because I'm not, okay. But what I'll do is blot a little bit to kind of go for a more natural, I guess I could do it with a, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I have my hair that wants to go this way, sometimes it wants to go the other way. It's just, it is what it is. It's so much like my own personality, I guess. It wants to do its own thing a lot of times. That's just a little spray, just to dirty it up a bit. Sturdy hair is just so much easier to work with. Okay. Yeah, it's just gonna tell me, it's gonna give me the finger. That's what it's gonna do. All right, so that's kind of the look for today. Except for that little thing that's, see that? That is hilarious. That it usually doesn't do, so I don't know what the heck that's about, but it looks like a porcupine quill. Oh my Lord. Okay, well there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, the January kudos, you only have 2 days left. There's other options. Reach out to me, message me. Find me on Facebook at Beauty for Lashes, the number 1. So you just type in @ Beauty for Lashes, all one word, and then the number 1. Click on my page, you'll see my face. Like my page, share my page. I'd love to have you join me. Answer any questions that you may have. And thanks for your time. Bye-bye.